Mr. Goldstein.
Good evening. My name is Andy Goldstein. I'm a teacher at Omni Middle School and the proud parent of a 7-year-old daughter who attends 2nd grade at one of our public elementary schools. Teacher evaluations. Marzano. There is no word greeted with greater disdain by teachers around the school district than the word Marzano. We're told over and over that Marzano is a coaching system, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels like a labeling, rating, and ranking system, one which is arbitrary from administrator to administrator and from school to school and from observation to observation. The administrator of one school says, quote, "You continue to do the excellent job that you're doing teaching, and we'll make Marzano fit your teaching." That sounds like an enlightened approach to me. One administrator rates 80% of their teachers highly effective, another rates only 2% of their teachers highly effective, where teachers at both schools are comparable. One administrator at an elementary school makes their teachers do a daily learning goal and scale, even though Marzano instructs that the learning goal and scale applies to a unit, not to a daily lesson. And then the first 10 minutes of the lesson is about understanding the learning goal and scale rather than focusing on the teaching of the content. One school has their PTSA print out learning goals and scales, the same ones for an entire school. At another school, teachers are told that their font size is too small for their learning goal and that they must do it over 2, 3 times. At still another school, the administrator says the learning goal doesn't have to be a big poster at the front of the classroom. It can be a handout in the student's binder. Another school says that it is not sufficient to just be in a student's binder. It must be printed out and displayed at the front of the class. Learning goals and scales. This seems to be one thing that our district is focusing on this year related to Marzano. One math teacher told me that the year they really used learning goals and scales, going over them every day and having students fill out their tracking sheet, that year the students received the worst scores the teacher students have ever had. Upon reflection, the teacher concluded that that happened because there simply was less time for the actual teaching of math. Marzano has seemed to have morphed into some other thing, something divorced from teaching and learning. One teacher told me that they think Marzano is simply an administrative activity, one that has nothing to do with teaching and learning. While the practice of Marzano varies from school to school and from administrator to administrator, teachers are stigmatized and bitter from some of these evaluations. There's no greater source of bitterness than the Marzano distinction between applying and innovative. Innovative, we are told, has to do with 100% monitoring of the students toward the learning goal and helping those students that fall short of the learning goal. Yet there are plenty of teachers who regularly do that and still get marked applying rather than innovating. For some of these teachers, their excellent teaching is validated from all sorts of independent awards, but not from their own administrators who apply a default rating of applying. The Microsoft Corporation applied stack ranking, pitting one employee against another, which resulted in much bitterness and much backstabbing and what is called a decade of lost productivity. They put an end to stack ranking of their employers. Why are we doing it with our own employees? It's not helpful. I heard just yesterday from a teacher that attended a Marzano meeting that the school district is going to change the name of Marzano to the Palm Beach model. Changing the name doesn't fix the problems. We teachers want our schools to be learning communities to help our students, not fodder for stack ranking that causes bitterness and division. We teachers need to be able to earn a salary that we can support our families with. I ask that this school district pay its teachers well who earn an effective designation, and, if you must, $1 more to those who earn a designation of highly effective. We want to collaborate with one another to help our students, not compete. Thank you.
Thank you.